Hi Libra, welcome to your reading. This is a timeless collective reading for anyone with major Libra placements, or if you were just intuitively guided here, I'm sure there's a message for you too. So if you saw my last collective reading I posted called Your Soul Has Prepared You for This, then you know I actually filmed your reading several days ago. And it was really raw and powerful, and I had every intention of posting it, but at the last possible second, Spirit guided me in just about every conceivable way to not post it. It just was not time for a variety of reasons. That's just what Spirit is saying. It just was not time. But things feel more level now, and I feel like it is time. It is now time to do your reading, and that's part of the message immediately. Okay. You may have thought that it was time to do something. You thought that it was the right time to do something. You may have felt guided to do something. Things seemed in alignment. But in reality, maybe something about the timing was slightly off. Or there was resistance within yourself that you had not fully resolved yet, maybe in the way you thought you had. It wasn't time for something, but now it is time for something. Okay. So essentially what came up in that reading, just in general, was that there's too much water. You're experiencing too much water, too much fluid. To me, that indicated that you were going through some kind of incredible emotional turbulence and upheaval. And the guidance from Spirit was to neither lose yourself in this ocean of emotion, but also don't suppress it, right? Find that middle way by managing the flow so that you can feel your feelings, but productively, right? Okay. You're just moving through an ego death. Or you have 222 on the timer. Okay, let's go into some oracle cards. I have not pulled any cards for you yet. I wanted to go into this with like a clean slate kind of approach. So let's see what comes up for you now that it is time. I want to ask you, Libra, what is it time for? What are you ready to do or not do now that you weren't before? What is it time for you to do? Highest and best messages for Libra, Spirit. Air. That's a shift. Okay. So you've moved out of too much water into air, your home element. And I'm just remembering now, the oracle cards that came up for you before were spiritual cleansing and water at the bottom of the deck. So that was, incredible confirmation to me at the time that it was just, you were swimming in water, but now you've got air and transformation at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. I've never really made this connection before, but something about that transformation card that's really standing out to me in this moment is the fact that it's orange. It feels like there's some kind of connection maybe happening between your sacral chakra and your mind. It feels like your lower chakras have transformed. Your creativity or your creative energy has transformed. It feels like you're more connected now to how your essence actually wants to creatively express itself in the world. And that connection to your creative truth is giving you or allowing for some kind of mental clarity. Give me 1 second. This feels incredible. Like this feels almost like a complete 180 compared to where you were just a few days ago. I have no doubt that some of you are probably still feeling all kinds of ways and going through it in some capacity. But this is so different. This is so different. You have transformed in a very, very short amount of time. Yeah. It feels like you're Yeah, the emotions have leveled to some extent, and you're able to create this kind of distinction um, between overwhelming emotion and, let's say, more objective truth. Um, your emotions are your truth, right? This is where the nuance can get kind of tricky here. But it's almost like you were just moving through a storm, you know? The ocean was turbulent, and that level of incredible emotional turbulence can detach you from objective truth, the objective truth of yourself or your situation, right? But now things are level. You see that line? And you're getting some kind of clarity here about your own transformation. There's also, something about communication with the element of air. You may be in communication with people about your transformation. You're trying to, you're beginning to be able to verbalize your own transformation or communicate it to other people because of your own internal clarity. I just feel like pulling more oracle cards. Usually I'd go into tarot now, but should I keep pulling oracle cards? Yes, Spirit is saying yes. Tell me more about this, Spirit. What else do you want to say about this? Oh, air is 28, which reduces to 10. Transformation is 19. 10. 10, 10. 10, 10. I just want to say you're done with something. It just feels like you're done with something, and now I'm getting full body chills. What are you done with, Libra? You've completed a cycle. You've completed a cycle within yourself. Now, maybe the question is, how is that going to transform your external reality? The inner transformation has happened, or it is. Something's over. Tell me more, Spirit. I'm seeing 333 now. Oh, stop. Oh my gosh. Not only is it courage, but it's number 37, which reduces to 10. And it's yellow. Solar plexus. Still in the lower chakras here. Yeah. I feel like you are tapping into courage. Like, this is not Spirit saying, be brave. I feel like this is Spirit saying, you are. Like, you are Libra. Please know that. Do not doubt your own strength or your bravery. The lightning strike also makes me think of a Tower card moment. And now I have a frog in my voice, in my throat. It's all about you clearing your throat to communicate here. What is requiring your bravery? What is it taking courage for you to see about yourself? You've got this, Libra. You've got this. It's taking courage for you to see that something's over. Lucky. Number 47. Sagittarius energy. Yeah, absolutely. This has come up a lot lately. If you have major fire sign placements, connect with those. But also if you feel inspired to connect with the element of fire. There's something incredibly positive here that's going to come in for you as you choose your own transformation and bravery. Let's look at the bottom of the deck and then we'll go, oh my gosh, and then we'll go into tarot. Gratitude at the bottom of the deck. It feels like you're learning how to tap into joy or cultivate joy for yourself regardless of your external circumstances. And there's that fire, right? The gratitude card has a candle for an image. There's that fire. Yeah, connected to the horseshoe for Sag. Definitely working with the element of fire here is going to be so helpful for you. 1 second. Spirit is saying you're ready for joy to be your foundation. Joy can now be your foundation. And joy doesn't necessarily mean like you're literally doing cartwheels, this like ungrounded kind of constant ecstatic sense of happiness. Like this kind of gratitude and joy is peace. It's deep, deep peace. It's that kind of joy. I feel like you are ready for that to be the foundation of your life. You're not willing to sacrifice on your peace anymore. Okay, let's go into tarot. I'm using the Green Menagerie Tarot for you. It's interesting, that frog in my throat all of a sudden. But I didn't let it stop me, right? If you're struggling to communicate something, don't let it stop you from trying. You may need to give yourself some time and space. Be patient and graceful with yourself as you navigate how to communicate what the truth is that you've become aware of. It's okay, just keep going, keep trying. Feels like a truth has to be spoken. Like there's not too much time here for you to be able to sit on a personal truth. It's going to have to come out of you at some point soon. So what do I do here, Spirit? Where do we go from here? Tell me a little bit about this transformation that Libra has gone through in such a short amount of time. I mean, okay, 1144. I think I was getting 1144 for you in the last reading, or 1122, and now it's 1144. If your transformation feels like it's happened in 2.5 seconds, I truly feel like the deeper truth is that your energy has been building up to this point for so long that that kind of unconscious, maybe energetic building over time is what has allowed your very tangible transformation to happen so quickly. Okay, tell me about this transformation. What's the journey or the transformation that Libra's been going through? What is this transformation? Interesting. I just heard from light to dark. You would think it would be the other way around. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Give me a little bit more. All right. There it is. Okay, there's that lightning strike. So, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Tower, and the Moon. Okay, let me just sit with this for a second here. This has been, that didn't take long. This has been like a complete and total annihilation, a complete and total breaking down of your foundation, your sense of solidity, security, maybe abundance in some sense. It's almost like it seemed like everything was in order, you know? It's like everything was in order. And there is some nostalgia here through the Six of Cups. You're feeling nostalgia for the sense of security that you had. There was real beauty in whatever it was that you had. It was beautiful in many ways, I feel. But then this Tower card moment happened. Illusion. Dissolving. That's why Spirit is saying from light to dark. Yeah. Because now you're in Moon card energy. That Tower card revealed all of the darkness, the shadows, the unconscious that had been suppressed. you know, on the surface of things, no matter how sweet and good and stable or abundant what you had was, there were shadows. The Tower card obliterated any pretense or ability to cover up the shadows, and now you're in the moon energy. You're squarely facing the unknown. Oh, and there's wolves here in this moon card, and I'm telling you, wolf energy has been coming up like left, right, and center for a whole bunch of people, including myself, but I feel it very strongly for you as well, and I'm getting chills down the left side of my body. I cannot encourage you strongly enough to work with the energy of the wolf spirit right now. So now it's almost like you being in this moon energy, you're kind of like, well, I have no idea what the future holds. You've been almost forced into more of your feminine energy, which is that like next level surrender. I have no clue what's going to happen. You're walking in the dark. The future is so, so, so unknown. And because of that, you're being really forced, but divinely guided, to lean into your intuition and your physical body, your psychic abilities, your intuitive impressions more than ever before, because when everything is so uncertain, what else do you have to go by, right? So this is, I can only imagine how difficult this transformation is or has been. But if it's connecting you more deeply to your intuitive knowing and the power of your feminine energy and your ability to surrender control to things you never actually had control over, it's absolutely for the best, no matter what happens. Okay, where do we go from here? Hang on. All right, let's just get one card for your general energy. Spirit is telling me, like, not to really go into your general energy right now, but my brain is fighting. Maybe your brain is fighting your intuition. Your brain is certainly probably fighting your intuition. Just give me one card for Libra's general energy. Seven of Swords. Yeah. And the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Even though I said one, gotta do it. You really want to, there is this kind of restlessness or pent-up energy here. I'm noticing the blue in the background of the Chariot bring me back to that air card, you being able to communicate. It's like you want to get a truth off of your chest. But then we've got the Seven of Swords, which is just like, ugh, fear. I mean, it's just fear. And it's feeling like you almost have to sneak around in order to, I'm hearing, get your thoughts in order. There's kind of sadness here. I still feel a little bit of grief and sadness for what was lost, but it's almost like you're trying to pick up the pieces mentally, because you have this Chariot underlying everything in your energy. That's part of the what would you call it? Like this blooming sense of fresh momentum that's coming through your system because of this transformation. You want to embrace the change, right? But there's still, clarify the Seven of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like there's still some part of you that's kind of confused about yourself, maybe. Oh, but Six of Wands. Six of Wands. Okay. There's just different parts of you. It just feels like there's totally different aspects of you that are, I'm hearing they're not conjoined yet. This part of you that's still carrying fear or confusion versus this part of you that's like, that courage card, right? Like, I am so freaking proud of myself. Nothing's going to stop me. You're connected to that fire element. You're feeling harmonious within yourself and connected to your truth. But then that Seven of Swords, I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. You're still trying to process. So this is probably why Spirit didn't want me to go into your general energy, because it's just complicated. Let's go into your challenge. That feels much better. Let's go into the challenge that Libra's facing, 2022. Maybe the year 2022 was significant for you. The challenge, yes. Two of Swords. Exactly. Back and forth, back and forth. Two different parts of you. Don't know. What are the two things that Libra's trying to decide between? Show me those two swords, Spirit. What are the two things Libra's trying to decide between? And she's standing or sitting in front of the water. This ocean. It's a little bit choppy, but not too much. What are the two things, Spirit? King of Pentacles versus what? Just hearing old ways, old routines. The King of Pentacles, I feel, is completely tied to the Ten of Pentacles that came through. More Pentacles, all Pentacles. Four of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles for the other side here. Okay, 1 second. Let's see if I can arrange these well. Okay. It's just, you know, that King of Pentacles being in black and white, it feels stale. It just feels stale. I don't like that. Even though we've got some constriction here with the Four of Pentacles, or some hesitation or some fear, the Four of Pentacles is in color. It's this beautiful, bright, colorful card, and it was paired with the Page, which is embracing new beginnings and being curious about what you can do with your own potential energy. To me, just... I don't want to get my own opinions mixed into this. Let me just connect with Spirit here. Well, there's just no way you can go back. There's just no way you can go back to what was, as it was. If you go back or stay where you are or choose to continue to try to build off of this Ten of Pentacles, something massive would have to change. Something really fundamental would have to change in your situation for you to be truly happy staying in it. Whether this is external or internal, right? Take it as it resonates. I feel like most of you wants to begin again. Feels like there's this real inspiration to begin again in some way. But there's caution. Maybe, let's say you're cautiously optimistic. You're cautiously optimistic about the life you could build for yourself moving forward as a result of leaving behind Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. And what's the advice? What's the advice, Spirit? And of course, you know, as I always say, Two of Swords often indicates that there's a middle way. There's a third way you may not be considering. Maybe it isn't all or nothing. What do you have to say about that, Spirit? Maybe it isn't all or nothing. Or is it all or nothing? That's a question you might be asking yourself. Is it all or nothing here? Or can we blend energies? I don't know. Five of Cups. Yeah, there's that grief and that sadness I was feeling in the Seven of Swords. I feel like in order for you to get the most impeccable clarity on the truth of what you want, There needs to be this transmutation or alchemy still relative to some lingering water here. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit. The Emperor. That goes hand in hand with the King of Pentacles. You might also be feeling a little bit of anger. Part of the grief could be anger, resentment, or frustration. This, feeling like you want to control something. I'm also getting, I wish I could go back and do it again differently. I want to go back and do it again differently. Maybe you're angry at yourself on some level. That certainly needs to be transmuted before you can reach, I'm hearing, the peak of clarity. Let's get some advice. And then we'll get a journal prompt. 2555, so 555. Part of the advice is, I feel, capitalizing on this Tower card moment. Don't fall back. This is part of what came up in the last collective reading, or 2 readings ago. I'm getting them all confused. Don't fall into the energy of complacency or sleepwalking. Like, don't just keep doing what you've been doing because it's familiar and it's comfortable. This Tower card moment's trying to jostle any kind of roboticness or sleepwalking in your life. Advice, Spirit. I'm just hearing move on. 8 of Pentacles. Tell me more. Clarify this 8 of Pentacles. 8 is also the Strength card in Tarot. Going back to the Courage card, it's going to take strength. Two of Pentacles. And the Hanged Man. Let me sit with this here. I feel like Spirit is saying, follow the feeling of relief. Nobody ultimately can really tell you what to do. Nobody really knows what's in your heart but you. Nobody can transform you for you, right? The Two of Pentacles here is telling me that, you know, your internal scales are tipping. Right? You're Libra. You want balance. And right now you're feeling a little bit unbalanced. But following the feeling of relief in your body will create ultimately a new sense of balance. It feels like the scales are tipping towards the Hanged Man, away from the 8 of Pentacles, away from trying to make something work. That's just not. Clarify the Hanged Man. It goes back to the Moon card, right? Leaning into your intuition and your spiritual connection right now, because there's really nothing else you can do in moments like this in life. Clarify the Hanged Man. 3 of Swords. I feel like you're in a place now, maybe this is why this has all happened like this. You're in a place now where you're more able to surrender to the heartache that you feel. Any kind of pain or grief or disappointment or anger, right? Maybe last week it was too much. It was too overwhelming, right? But now it feels, again, your internal scales are tipping and you're leaning towards surrendering to your emotions, no matter how painful they are, because you know that surrendering to them is how they process. You can surrender to them now in a way you couldn't before. Before, they were too overwhelming and you would lose yourself. But now, oh, I love this. It's like, and now that frog in my throat is back. Working with your throat chakra might be helpful. But now it just feels like you won't lose yourself in your emotions when you feel them, like you may have a few days ago. You're saying, I surrender to the truth in my heart because I know it will alchemize itself. So what if you weren't trying to change how you feel? What if you weren't trying to change how you feel? Feeling things actually is what changes them, or alchemizes them, heals them. Let's get a journal prompt for you from my journal prompt deck. Journal prompt for Libra. Which emotion do you have the most difficulty expressing, and why? It almost feels like there's no more room left in your unconscious for stuffing things down, you know, like that pattern's done. That pattern is 3131. That pattern is done in you. So you're really ready to explore this question. In the past, what emotions have you had difficulty expressing? Is it still the same? Or are you finding that a new emotion is difficult to express? What emotion can you no longer suppress? What emotion would be cathartic to express now? It's actually connecting me back to the orange in the transformation card. If you could, like, artistically express the transformation that you're undergoing right now, what would that look like? Would you want to write a poem? Would you want to paint? Would you want to sing or dance it? I mean, there's just endless options. Endless. Creatively communicating your own internal transformation might be very helpful for you to process it and get in touch with these emotions that you're struggling to own, right? Let's get a closing message from Into the Lonely Woods. So answer that question for yourself and see where it takes you, okay? Closing message for Libra Spirit. I just keep hearing time will tell. There are things that are unresolved in your life, but that's okay, because what really matters is that you feel resolve within yourself. Number 39. And is it lonelier at night? Let's see what the guidebook says. You may be experiencing, feeling one way during the day and then suppressed emotions coming out at night. Pay attention to your dreams always. Something about nighttime right now, like what is coming up in you at night, that might be particularly important. Okay. At night, we become strange as moonlight, the moon card. Too many people have starved for solitude and silence and intimacy with the self. Without solitude, without self-knowledge, without the stranger self, we cannot love another or know them truly. Others are not our saviors, nor is their role to fill the space and silence of night or day. We must do this first by entering the void of night and bringing it to life. From light to dark. You're going into your own underworld in a way. In this way, we will have something worthwhile to share along the way. The dawn will come, but let the night's peculiar light illuminate the wild world that resides within you. When you do this, What was once unseen will reveal itself and share the road with you a while. Man. Thank you for letting me read for you, Libra. And thank you for being patient with me as I navigate doing whatever I'm guided to do, whether it's post a reading or not, change location or not. I just love all of you so much, and I really appreciate your support and your patience with me as I channel the highest and best messages for you in integrity with my own heart. I hope that this has been helpful, or at least thought-provoking or comforting. Hopefully you feel a little bit less alone if you are really going through it. I'm going to be putting that journal prompt in the description box, as always, along with a bunch of others. So be sure to check them out. They'll help you to process everything and take your inner work a little bit deeper. I'll see you again soon.